Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vocab Marathon number 5. I'm Richard Sensei, here with you once again. And of course, joining me today is our good friend Mia. Hello, Mia.
Hello, everyone.
Mia, where are you? What is that magical place behind your head there?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm in Seattle.
You're in Seattle. Are you having a good time?
Yeah, I'm studying at Bellevue College. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, I'm having fun.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I hope you could tell us, a little bit about some of your experiences, maybe a little bit in some of our future videos.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you could join us for our marathon today.
Thank you.
Okay, shall we get started?
Yes.
All right, let's go. Today we have 3 words that we're going to hit you with, and all 3 of them are verbs. Mia, could you please go ahead and introduce our words for today?
Yeah, sure. Today we have 3 words, and one is implement, and the second word is address, and the last one is decimate.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, so let's start with our first word, implement. I'm sorry, Mia, could I bother you again? Could you go ahead and introduce us to the meaning of this word before we get to the examples?
Yeah, of course. The meaning of implement is to take an action or make changes that you have officially decided should happen.
Okay, wonderful, excellent. Okay, so as you can see from Mia's explanation there, implement usually we think of like large organizations or like governments implementing a plan, right? So implement as a verb, it's taking some kind of an action, doing some kind of a change. And again, there's kind of an official way behind it. So let's take a look at our first example. And our first example comes from the BBC News, August 2022. The title says, England drought, everyone must rethink their water use, experts say. So the text says, everyone who uses water must rethink and make sure they use it wisely. The water company, which is expected to implement a hose pipe ban in the next couple of weeks, has been handing out bottled water in 2 regions. So we can see here the water company, right? They make this official, they make this official decision to make this change. They're going to implement a hose pipe ban, right? So they're going to create a new rule to ban hose pipes to save water in this situation. Okay, so there's our first example of a company implementing their plan. Let's move on to our second example. Our second example comes from the Washington Post, August 2022. And the headline reads, despite weeks of protests, France implements health pass at cafes and train stations with little drama. So here, by the way, a health pass is like a certificate, like a license, right? A pass to do something. So the text says, posters across the reception hall read, 1 ticket, 1 mask, 1 health pass. Italy has implemented a similar national health pass, though its version has drawn fewer public protests. So they have this health pass. This is probably connected to the coronavirus problem, right? So the health pass must be like, I don't have a certificate that says I don't have the corona, right? So they've implemented a national pass. They have made this change that everybody has to get this pass.
I see.
All right, well, could you help us? Could you move us on to our next word?
Of course, sure. The next next word is address, and the meaning is to try to understand or deal with a problem or a task.
Okay. So as you know, this is the verb version of the word address. And Mia, you are familiar with the noun version of this word, right?
Oh, yes. For example, I use email address, like a postal address. I mean, like house address.
Your postal
Yeah.
address is your home
Mhm.
address.
Yeah,
Yeah.
home address and or opening address at a meeting.
Aha, okay, good. Opening address. So you gave us a couple of different types, right? Email
Mhm.
address and a home and postal
Home
address is
address.
place, right?
Mhm.
But then you said opening address, that's a speech, right? Talking to somebody, addressing somebody. But here, this verb is dealing with something, trying to understand something.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's take a look at our first example. And this comes from the Japan Times, April 2022. Headline says, Kishida vows to step up work on package addressing soaring prices. So the package is probably a government plan, right? And it's a government plan to deal with soaring prices, rising prices.
Mm.
The text says, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida vowed on Tuesday to step up work on an emergency package of measures to address prices that have been soaring since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Okay, so a package of measures, that's his plans, his political plans, right? Political changes to deal with, to address the prices that are rising, right? This is a big problem. We need to bring those prices down. So we
Yeah.
need to address this problem. Okay, how about that? Is that clear to you, Mia?
Yeah, so the prices rises very quickly. So the Prime Minister Kishida want to address the problem.
Bingo, that's perfect. That's perfect. Excellent. Excellent. Let's take a look at one other example here. We've got the Good Morning America website from August 2022. The headline reads, How Schools Are Trying to Address the National Teacher Shortages. Okay, so in the United States, we're having a big problem. We do not have enough public school teachers. Every school, every school is having trouble getting new teachers and they're struggling. So this is a teacher shortage. Right?
Teacher shortage.
Oh, the text says, the American Federation of Teachers presented several solutions to address the teacher and staff shortages, including increased pay and benefits. Right? So those are some of the solutions. So they have these solutions to try to deal with this problem, to address this problem. Okay, okay. Whew. Okay. Can we move on to our final word, Mia? How do you feel?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay, let's do it. Could you introduce our last word today?
oh yeah, of course. And the last word is decimate. And the meaning of decimate is to destroy a large part of something.
Okay, so this is a little bit more complicated word, and this is kind of a unique word. And like you said in the definition, you read out the definition, it means to destroy a large part of something. Right? So like, for example, we think of like a war, a battle. If the soldiers fight a battle and the soldiers were decimated, we think if we say that sentence, the soldiers were decimated in the battle, we imagine most of the soldiers were killed. Right? So so decimate, it says a large part, and we mean like the majority, maybe 99%, almost all have been killed. Okay, so that's our meaning. Let's take a look at the first example. Our first example comes from USA Today, August 2022. The headline reads, World's tiniest sea turtle species discovered nesting in Louisiana for the first time in 75 years. The text says, officials said the discovery of the turtles marked a positive sign for the island chain, which was decimated as a habitat following the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010. So this island chain used to have a lot of animals. It was a good habitat right? A place for living things, right? A habitat. But the Deepwater Horizon oil spill decimated the habitat. It killed most of the animals that were there. Okay, one more example comes from The Citizen, again, August 2022. Title reads, South Africans to cut food expenses by 47%. Okay, so we've got a lot of text here. Let's take a look at this one. Progress in addressing the job crisis, in dealing with the job crisis, is too slow. And wages means the salary, right? The money. Wages for those who do have a job and for people who are able to access some form of social grant are still far too low and are being decimated by higher costs of transport, electricity, and food. Okay, so let's make sure that we're clear here. What's being decimated here? The wages are being decimated, right? So that's a long sentence, but we have to realize that the subject there, it's the wages, the money that people are getting, right? That for people who have a job, and the wages for people who get some sort of a social grant, those wages are being destroyed, decimated by the higher costs of transport, electricity, and food. There's one thing I kind of want to mention, a funny thing about this word. Can I tell you, do you mind if I tell you a little bit of a secret about this word? Mia, do you know anything about, do you know anything about the history of English words?
History?
History?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I want to tell you a little bit of a funny story.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this word decimate is the origin. This is a very old word used 2,000 years ago. It comes from 2,000 years ago, and English stole this word from Latin and created our own word. But 2,000 years ago, decimate was used in Rome. And in Latin, the beginning of this word decimate, decim, that word means 10. 10, the number 10.
The number 10.
Number 10. And the original meaning of this word, to decimate something, because it's 10, it meant to destroy 10% of something originally.
Only 10%?
Only 10%. So that's kind of a funny thing, right?
Yeah.
Right? Today, it means destroy almost everything, like 90%.
90%. You mean?
But before, originally, it meant cut by 10%.
Cut by 10%. Oh.
Yes. So that's a strange thing. Also, desa, maybe you recognize desa as similar to the word December.
Oh, December. Oh, yes.
The month of December, yes?
December.
Yes. December originally means the 10th month, December, right? That's
10th month.
On the Roman calendar. But today it's the 12th month, right?
Okay.
Because there were 2 extra months later created. But originally there used to be only 10 months in the Roman calendar. And so that's why the last one was called December, right? The Romans loved 10, yes.
Oh, this is so interesting.
Well, I'm a little bit of an otaku about his word history. So that's just a little interesting thing.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
No problem. Well, Mia, did you have fun today?
Oh, yes. I've learned new things.
Okay, I hope so. How about you all out there? Did you have fun? I really hope so.
Okay.
Well, okay. I guess that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for paying attention. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.